From the Tennessee Valley Weather Channel, this is Wake Up Weather.
Good Wednesday morning to you. I'm Kelly Rawson here in the Tennessee Valley Weather Center. We are live at 6 a.m. on this Wednesday morning with the potential for strong to severe storms later on this afternoon and evening here in the Tennessee Valley. We have some new updates overnight, so I will have everything that you need to know with some fresh new information this morning, so be sure to stay tuned. We are going to break down, like I said, everything you need to know from timing, from threats we can expect in terms of damaging wind threat, in terms of a tornado threat, everything that you need to know here in this weather update, as well as, like I said, we'll break down that timing for you as well heading into this afternoon and this evening. We'll go ahead and start off with the new information, and you may be confused because it's not looking like a new graph from the Storm Prediction Center, but just the update from the overnight is essentially the thinking holds steady for this afternoon and this evening for a lower end type threat of severe weather. However, still something certainly to not be ignored. The entire Tennessee Valley viewing area in that level 2 out of 5 risk for severe weather this afternoon. If I can say anything that has changed with the overnight data, a slight, and I mean slight uptick in the potential for tornadoes here across the Tennessee Valley. So something to keep in mind. We'll break down everything that we need to know in terms of the tornado threat for today. I will explain the different scenarios that we could be in later on this afternoon. But again, the Storm Prediction Center does maintain a level 2 out of 5 risk for severe storms. We are at 6 o'clock right now. They will have another update on this outlook at 8 o'clock, and we will send that out to our social medias as soon as we can. Let's go ahead and look at radar right now. We aren't looking at too much. I'll just switch over very quickly to live Viper Doppler radar brought to you by Fuller Services. I'll go ahead and switch to our Nashville radar, and we are really looking dry for now. About an hour ago, we had a few showers clipping parts of Lewis and Murray counties, but right now, still looking dry. Things should stay dry for the rest of today. So let's go ahead and go on with the rest of our weather update for today. Current temperatures, we are still very warm across the region. Temperatures in the upper 60s to lower 70s. We will not struggle to reach the mid to upper 70s that we have for our high temperatures later on this afternoon. So we're already off to a warm start, though clouds are in place. We will be overcast to mostly cloudy for most of today. We will watch for any sort of breaks in those clouds later on this morning and afternoon, though, because any sort of breaks in the clouds and any sort of sunshine that we are able to get will add to the storm fuel later on this afternoon. So here's an overall look at the system that is on its way to us. It has been packing a punch through parts of the Midwest and the central U.S. yesterday and yesterday evening. This cold front will eventually continue to move southeastward and develop even more rain and storms that will impact us later on today. But again, quiet for now, just a few showers moving through northern middle Tennessee, but we will see that certainly change, become a lot more active later on this afternoon and into the evening. So let's go ahead and break down timing and what we could potentially see on Futurecast for the rest of today. Again, for the next several hours, relatively uneventful. We will see cloud cover holding pretty strong for the rest of today. Temperatures again this afternoon in the mid to upper 70s. We will see winds out of the south for today, sustained 10 to 15 miles an hour, gusting 20 to 25 miles an hour. So it will be a breezy day as well. No problem for any sort of humidity to make its way to us here in the Tennessee Valley. But again, all is calm through mid to late morning. By about 2 o'clock, we will start to see that line of storms to our northwest and start to move into parts of our northwestern county. So earliest start time looks to be about 1 to 2 o'clock for those counties northwest. That means parts of Murray County, as well as Lewis County, parts of northern Wayne County, and parts of Hardin County in Tennessee. So you folks have an earlier start time than everybody else just due to geography. We will continue to see this line move southeastward, and we will be watching for any individual cells that do pop up before this line. That poses a relatively greater tornado risk again today. Overall, still on the lower end, but just want to get that communicated. Anything that develops a little bit ahead of the line, we will be watching for rotating thunderstorms later on this afternoon. Mostly going to be a linear feature though, but we will watch for some breaks in those lines heading into the 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock hour, moving into the middle of our viewing area, and then by 6 o'clock reaching areas along and east of Interstate 65. So for you folks in North Alabama and anywhere east of Interstate 65, you're going to have a little bit of a later start time with this system later on this afternoon, more so the 4, 5, 6 o'clock hour. And after that initial line moves through, I will say, yes, we will be dealing with a lot of rain, a lot of lightning on the backside. But after that initial line moves through, the severe threat should be pretty much over. Now, again, if we get any storms to develop before that line, you may have a couple rounds of potentially severe storms, but we will be watching and we will be able to clear you guys out from any potential threats or dangers once we are able to do so later on this afternoon and evening. But that line continues to push through about the 6, 7, 8 o'clock hour, eventually dwindling down our severe threat mainly after the 8 o'clock hour for our southeastern counties. That's counties like Limestone County, Madison County, and Morgan County, and maybe even parts of Lincoln County in North Alabama, as well as southern middle Tennessee, again, mainly east of Interstate 65. And then we are going to be left over with some rainfall, so we will be watching for a flooding threat, especially as we get deeper into the evening and overnight. So again, pretty much all modes of severe weather possible for today. I'll break down those threats here in just a moment, but that system gets on out of here, and boy, will that cold air on the backside pack a punch. I'm not quite sure we get down into the 30s, but certainly lower 40s, not out of the question. So we will be waking up to much different conditions this time tomorrow morning with much colder air settling in to the Tennessee Valley. So here's a breakdown of the threats for later on today. Again, damaging winds going to remain our main threat for today with gusts 50 to 65 miles an hour. So again, with that line of storms, that is our main threat for today. Again, with the tornado threat, we can't rule that out. Certainly with a few tornadoes possible, we'll be watching for any individual cells ahead of the line. We'll also be watching for areas of rotation within the line of storms that moves through. Again, still a relatively lower end type threat, but certainly the ingredients are there for either of these two scenarios to happen later on this afternoon and evening. In terms of hail, the potential for hail up to a quarter size is possible, and like I mentioned, that flooding threat, we will have to be watching that, especially as we get deeper into the evening and overnight. So today is a perfect day to download the free Tennessee Valley weather app courtesy of your local neighborhood Quick Mart. If you do not already have it, all you have to do if you're already on a smartphone or a smart device, just screenshot this screen right now and then go to your camera app. It will pop up a link and then you will go right to the App Store and download that app for free. Or you can search Tennessee Valley weather in any app store. We are also on smart TVs and on every social media platform. You will be able to get our live weather updates. We go live for any sort of weather warning, whether it's a severe thunderstorm warning or whether it's a tornado warning. We will be live until the danger is over, as well as watch information, as well as regularly scheduled updates up to, or leading up to, I should say, the storms moving through later on this afternoon. You can also watch radar. You can also see where lightning is striking. Again, you can stream our channel on there. And like I said, it is 100% free to download. So there is no harm, no foul. Get that downloaded. It will also alert you of any sort of tornado warning or severe thunderstorm warning as long as you share your location with that app. Another great resource going to certainly be weather radios leading into this afternoon and evening. Have a way to, multiple ways to get warnings, I should say, later on this afternoon as those storms move through. Again, like I said, the good news is after this, we really calm down. Like I said, we're going to be cool on Thursday, but hey, we traded out for the sunshine and calm conditions, nothing to worry about, but just being a little bit chilly out there. We're going to be a little bit warmer on Friday. You'll see that on the 7-day forecast here in just a moment, but we are going to be nice and calm Saturday as well. So a nice, quiet way to end on the backside of this frontal system that's going to be packing a punch here in the Tennessee Valley. Our next rain chance doesn't come until Sunday evening into the overnight. We'll be watching this system, but right now does not look severe, and I expect it to stay that way. But like I said, we'll be watching very carefully. Temperatures for today, upper 70s area wide. Then we go from the 70s to the 50s, 30-degree temperature drop heading into I should say 20-degree temperature drop. If I could do my math correctly this morning, we are going to be warming up slightly heading into Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, but then those temperatures will come crashing down once again with that cold front moving through Sunday. But this one's going to be packing a little bit more of a punch. We're going to go from the 70s to the upper 40s at warmest, and then we are expecting an area-wide freeze Monday night, so something to keep in mind. Temperatures well below freezing, so if you have anything outdoors, any vegetation, you need to bring that back inside for the second half of the week. And again, mostly cloudy for this morning. All is calm and uneventful, just a little bit breezy out there. But then heading into this afternoon, widespread rain and storms expected. Again, some strong to severe storms. So be sure to stay tuned and stay with us. We will continue to give you updates. You're watching this update live at 6 a.m. We will have brand new information all throughout the morning, so be sure to stay updated and stay up to date with the latest weather information, as this forecast still has a little bit of time to change and evolve. Temperatures in the upper 70s before that line of storms moves through, and we will continue to see those rain chances increase as the afternoon progresses. But then that cold front moves through, that line of storms move through, we cool off from the 70s to the 50s by Thursday, and we are going to clear out and see the sunshine once again, but you will definitely need a few more layers by the time we get to tomorrow. Mostly sunny Friday and Saturday. Then our next rain and storm chance going to be Sunday evening into the overnight. Temperatures come crashing down once again from the 70s to the 40s. So a very cold start to next week. Again, low temperatures get well below freezing Monday night, and area-wide freeze is expected. Let's look at your latest forecast, your 7-day forecast, as well as your latest on today's, this afternoon, strong to severe storm threat. We will continue to keep you guys updated. We will have that new information from the Storm Prediction Center here in the next few hours. And of course, stay tuned. I will have your next weather update at 8 a.m. and Taylor Plott will be live at noon with your next weather update.
You're watching the Tennessee Valley Weather Channel.